Welcome everybody to the new moon in Aquarius. It's also the Lunar New Year, so I'm really excited to be at Lunar Fair headquarters. I'm the Lunar Queen, and we are in the middle of some very powerful energy. So I'm excited to share a spell with you. I will try not to talk too much and focus on the energy that we're working with, but we do have a lot that we're going to do tonight. So we're going to talk a little bit about the astrology of this new moon. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Chinese astrology. And we're going to give you a formula to calculate your animal, if you don't know what it is. And also I'm going to just announce the years. And then we're going to call the energies of the dragon in, because it's very connected to the themes that we have been going through, especially since around Yule. We've been feeling a lot of intensive energy, and it's all connected to the work that we are doing. And this is a little bit like a culmination of the work that we've been doing. So we have, if you're not already looking on Patreon, we have a grimoire. And if you look, you'll see we started this grimoire in January with the themes and, what would be coming up over the next few months. Seems like there's a connection, and that's no accident. We are going through major transformation in this year of 2024, and all the journeys that we've taken so far have been connected to that. So if you were not at the previous spells, you can go on the grimoire. You can take a look and see some of the similarities. I will not talk about them. I'll just go right into the astrology that we have right now. So we have the new moon in Aquarius, and every new moon in Aquarius is always a lunar new year. So we have the new moon in Aquarius, but we also have Pluto in Aquarius, which has not happened for about 240 years, something like that. So that means that this is the first time we have Pluto, and we have the sun, and we have the moon in Aquarius. So they're all coming together, but each one brings a different energy. And whenever we have a new moon, it's always a really good time to plant seeds. Not necessarily like spell work, but it's more like something is going to open up for you. And it's perfect because it is also a lunar new year, which is intended for something new to come, for new beginnings to happen. So that being said, we are going to talk a little bit about Pluto. And I talked about it the last time. We went through Leo, the Leo full moon, and we went through how each person was being affected by having Pluto in Aquarius, because that's a 20-year thing. So, basically what Pluto does, in case you haven't figured it out by the energies, Pluto always gives us an opportunity to look at our deepest fears. Pluto always gives us an opportunity to grow and be strong. And you may not feel it right away because it is a 20-year journey. So once it really starts hitting your sign, and you can go to an astrologer to find out when that is, you're going to notice something coming up for you. And from the people that I've been talking to since the beginning of the year, we've all had something coming up for us. And it usually involves something we're afraid of, or not even really knowing what it is, but just feeling uneasy. It's like Pluto stirs things up. It approaches us as though it were maybe an adversary, but actually what Pluto is really trying to do is to get us in our power, because Pluto in ancient times was a god of riches. So, Pluto would grant us something. And Pluto is not leaving the sign of Aquarius, but this is the only time for hundreds of years we've had the new moon there too. So this is a big deal. And not only that, but we have the dragon working with us too. We'll talk about it later more so, but dragon energy is very unique. It's very powerful. And so this is a time for whatever's been coming up for you to really work through it on some level, so that a new seed can grow for you and you can release some old energy that's not serving you anymore. That's what we're going to do tonight. It feels kind of dragony. I feel kind of serious. I feel like I'm a dragon right now. I don't know how you feel, but I feel rather dragony. And we'll explain what dragony means. Or maybe we won't. Maybe you'll have to figure it out. Anyway, we are going to go into Pluto through every sign. Pluto has gone through almost every sign, but it's still got more to go. So basically, not only is Pluto asking us to look at our concerns and fears in one area of our life, but multiple areas of our life. This is why some of you might feel a little bit like you're heavy. Although there was a little bit of a shift. I don't know. The Leo full moon spell was wonderful for me, at least. But there's a connection too, because what happens when a new moon is also in Aquarius is that it brings surprises. So Pluto will have us really look at the shadow, and Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. I almost said Uranus.
Anyway, you can say Uranus here.
Now that we've got the clearance, we are calling it such. But it is like a lightning bolt. So it's a little bit of a different feeling than Pluto gives us. What it will do often is it'll come in quite unexpectedly and sweep through one part of our life or ask us to look at something. So the astrological themes are, and we also have Mars coming up. So we've got like a lot of warrior energy happening. And what it's encouraging us to do is look at the one thing that we were not willing to look at, or the two things if we have more than one, and really make the necessary change. So once and for all, it is complete. And this is what we're given the opportunity astrologically to do, is to enter through the gate of Aquarius. Because in esoteric astrology, Aquarius is considered the star, the star tarot card, and is considered a cosmic gateway. So every astrology sign has some meaning that has to do with the cycle or phase of the evolution of humanity. So it's not just about us, but it's also about the planets. So for this particular sign, we have gone through the Capricorn, we always associate, well, at least I do, Capricorn being the old man, so we're thinking and reflecting on how things are. We're preparing to perhaps die. And then when we go into Aquarius, we're already dead. Right? We're dead, and we're entering through a gateway. And so it might feel like there's a lot of unknown factors. We are preparing for a rebirth that doesn't just immediately happen in Pisces. That's not how it works. Actually, it's like all these different ingredients are added till we are fully ready to be reborn in springtime, when the new moon is in Aries. And that's when we actually move into that full new beginning. This is why a lot of witches are not really doing spell work right now. It's very introspective. But at the same time, it's a great time for seeds. And you'll see the seeds that we plant today come to fruition somewhere around August 24th. But you can check the grimoire, because I'm notorious for bad dates. But it's when the full moon is in Aquarius. Whatever we do today, we can go there and see what's grown. And maybe we'll notice, I don't know about you, but ever since I've been doing this really conscious journey work, I'm noticing from the new moon to the full moon change. So you may even notice by the time that the full moon comes into Cancer, which is just in a couple of weeks, things are shifting. And that's a little bit about the astrology. There's a lot more to it, but those are the biggest themes: rebirth, evolution, change. And the thing about change is it's easy today, because all the planets are moving forward. You've got a lot of support, even though Pluto might be giving you a kick every now and again. All the planets are in forward motion. So it means it's as pleasant as Pluto can be. But if you wait until August the 18th, by then Pluto may not be as pleasant as Pluto is today. So let's work with Pluto when Pluto is slightly less chaotic, there's that word, then we'll be in August. Okay, so that's a little about the astrology, and I'd like to bring in Chinese astrology just a little bit. And everything connects. Everything is connected in some way. So maybe you can find a connection to some of the themes for your Chinese astrology sign. By the way, I am no astrologer when it comes to these signs. I'm just giving you a little tidbit. And if you know somebody who practices feng shui, a lot of times they have a deeper understanding, and you could get a deeper understanding there. But for now, you can know that Chinese astrology goes back thousands of years. It's based on a wheel of time that is lunar. And this is why this is our new year, because this is the first new moon of the new year. And not only that, but it's very connected to this story. It's an ancient story. And the idea of the story is that, all of these animals are trying to please this empress. And so they're all engaged in this race. And there are 12. Well, actually, there are 13, but the cat got kicked out. Cats have a good thing. So anyway, they each come in through the finish line in different order. And that's what determines the wheel of the zodiac. But it's a different kind of a wheel than we associate with Western astrology, because the rotation is over a 60-year time period. So you've got animals rotating, and they have different characteristics, but you also have the elements moving around too. So each animal has an inherent energy that we can say it's associated with, even if, let's say, for example, today is a wood dragon. We'll talk about the wood dragon later. Typically, a dragon is not associated with wood. It's associated with another element. So it just adds a little surprise to the year. This year will be full of surprises, and the more you're open to that, the more you're going to benefit from it. So let's talk about calculating your Chinese astrology, and then I'm actually going to do it for you because it's not easy. I think I have the years here. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, you might have to calculate it. So dragons are landing on the altar right now. I know you can't see the altar, but we've got a whole altar dedicated to the dragons, which is really cool. All right. So to calculate, I think you're going to have to do this. To calculate your astrology sign, you have to do it by hand. If you don't know your astrology sign, you could always go on Google while I'm talking if you don't want to calculate anything. But you're going to divide your year that you were born by 12. And whatever the leftover is, don't do it with a calculator, though. You have to do it by hand. Whatever I see calculations going on. Easy, okay. Whatever the leftover is the number animal that you hold. Okay, so if you can't do that, just go on Google and just Google calculate my Chinese astrology sign. And I'll probably talk long enough that you can do that. Because what I want to do first is just talk about the elements. So this is something you can figure out right away. How to determine your element is a little bit easier than your Chinese astrology sign. So we all have an element. And if the year that you were born in ends in a 0 or a 1, you are metal. You are metal. And I'll tell you what metal is. Metal, yeah. I don't think they meant that kind of metal, but I'm being silly. Sorry.
I'm a horse too.
A lot of horses. Last time we had a lot of cancers. This time we have a lot of horses. Water, your birth year ends in a 2 or a 3. Wood, you end in a 4 or a 5 for your birth year. Fire, you are 6 or 7. And earth, you are 8 or 9. Okay. So I want to explain something about this so you're not frightened. Because there's a duality to the elements. So there's positive attributes that the elements have, but the elements all have a destructive quality, which is why when you enter a new year, even if it's supposed to be a really auspicious year for you, it's going to have good and challenging qualities. So they're all good, but one aspect is going to challenge you. So remember your elements, and now you can hear the dualities of the elements. So fire, this is a good part. I mean, it's all good in its own way. Fire, it creates earth. Fire creates earth so that they're compatible. And wood starts fire so that they're compatible. Earth holds metal. And metal carries water, and water feeds wood. Okay. Now, this is the destructive. Fire melts metal, metal chops wood, and wood separates earth. And water puts out fire. And I'll tell you a little bit about the qualities of the elements, but I discovered that my sign is going to be eaten by the wood this year. So I don't know what that's going to look like, but I will hopefully be able to tell you on August the 18th. So wood people are grounded, visionary people. Okay, they're sociable, they're stable, they're practical, they're very much about achievements. And you remember, I don't know if I told you, but it's a wood dragon year. So we have the qualities of the dragon, but we also have the qualities of wood. So it's a really good time to achieve this year. And then it's compatible with tigers. Well, these are so the animals that naturally are wood are tigers, rabbits, and I think that's it. And then we have the fire. So fire people are thrill chasers. They're very creative. They're very persistent. So even though they chase a thrill, they stick with it when they want something. And then they also need constant stimulation. And these are the horse and the snake. And then the earth are great at meditation. They are peacekeepers. They are responsible for justice. They're very interested in justice. They're very creative, but their downside is that they can be controlling and self-centered. And they're compatible with the dragon, the dog, the ox, and the sheep. And I think I forgot to mention that fire is compatible with horse and snake. And then we have the metal. Now, metal is very driven. It's got very high standards. It can be very judgmental and controlling as well. And it can also be compassionate, but you have to push the metal to do something compassionate, or
why are you looking at me?
Anyway,
yeah,
I don't
you're
know,
right.
just making eye contact. It's just random eye contact to me. But they need to lighten up.
Okay, no eye
They're
contact.
compatible
Okay.
with it. That wasn't directed. So also they're compatible with monkey and rooster, which I'm a monkey, so hey.
I'm a monkey too.
Me
But
too.
so hey, we're monkeys. Okay, sorry, this is Aquarius energy. A little bit. So Aquarius is air, in case you have not figured it out. Okay, back to the seriousness of the elements. So we're moving into water, and water is very introspective. It is artistic. Water needs reflection. It needs time to reflect, and it needs time to go within. And water is compatible, or natural elements of the rat and the pig. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly say that the wood dragons are fiery and independent at the same time. So remember, wood is grounded and visionary, but wood works hard. So they'll keep going if it's something important. So it's a good combination to have with the dragon. Dragons are very royal, but adding that element is a very good thing for our year. Okay, now I'm going to give you years. I didn't know I had these written down, so sorry, calculators. Just, testing your mathematic abilities. So GOAT is a 1955, 1967, 1979, 1991, 2003, 2015, and 2027. And then Monkey is 56, 68, 80, 92, 2004, 2016, and 2028. They cycle through every 12 years. Now, I just want to say something. If you are born before the new moon of the new Gregorian calendar year, then you might be the previous animal. So if you were born in the beginning of January or something like that, you just go back and look at when the new moon happened for that year. And then the rooster, 57, 69, 81, 93, 2005, 2017, 2029. The dog is 58, 70, 82, 94, 2006. And going out into the future, it will be 2030, and also it was 2018. The pig is 59, 71, 83, 95, 2007, 2019, and 2031. Okay. Oh, rats. So rats are 1948, 1960, 72, 84, 96, 2008, 2020. Oxes are 1949, 1961, 1973, 85, 97, 2009, 2021. Tigers, 1950, 1962, 74, 86, 98, 10, 2010, and 22. Rabbits, we had a rabbit year last year. So the last 2 years were very calm. I mean, relatively speaking, I know if we look at the news, they weren't super calm. Well, the dragon's coming, so we'll see what that's like. But by nature, the water rabbit, which is what we had last year, is more gentle. And we had a dog before that. Dogs are pretty gentle too. Now we have a dragon. Okay, tigers, 1950, 62, 74, 86, 98, 2010, and 22. Oh, sorry, rabbits, 51, 63, 75, 87, 89, 2011, 2023. Dragons, 52, 64, 76, 88, 2000, 2012, and 24. Snake, 53, 65, 77, 89. I feel like I'm playing football. 2001, 2013, 2025. And then the horse is 54, 66, 78, 1990, 2002, 2014, 2026. So now I'm going to just give you some qualities of what this year will be like for you based on your animal. And I want to say this. So the order that I'm talking in is the order that the race was won. So rats were first. So rats, you're going to have harmony this year, but be careful with your investments, and your career may be a little bit challenging. Oxes, you will face your challenges this year, but you'll also have opportunities. The key for the oxes is to be aware. And be aware of your love life and health particularly. Tigers, you're going to have some ups and downs. But you'll likely gain wealth. You'll likely have abundance. Relationships will be stable. But just overall, again, just be careful about taking big... Tigers like to leap. So maybe not so much. Try to hop or something like that. Oh, speaking of hopping, rabbits are next. So rabbits, you're going to seek results. You're going to seek inspiration. You're going to have creativity, and your emotional life will be good. So this is going to be a good year for you. I mean, last year was actually your year. So now you're going to go deeper with some of the things that you did last year. Now, dragons, much as this is your year, we have good news, we have not so good news. Or we have challenging news, but challenge is good. So dragons, this is your year. However, you will face challenges that will make you better and stronger, because remember, this is your identity. So you're going to be facing things that have to do with taking ownership of who you are, really stepping into who you are, and your career will be very good. But watch pride. Dragons are very royal. So just watch for pride and remember to, just keep in balance. Keep in balance. Not imbalance, in balance. Okay, snakes. You can have lots of opportunities to grow, and you're going to need to be flexible. And if change comes, welcome it. It may on the external not look like so much fun, but actually it's not a bad thing. And now horses. I know there's a lot of horses here, so don't worry. You're going to have some challenges, but your persistence will support you. There will be lots of passion and motivation in your life this year. All right, so yeah, it's not a bad thing. The horses seem okay, so that's good. I haven't seen anybody galloping out of the room. But goats. Goats may be tested. You will learn strength. You will learn resilience. You will have lots of support from the people that love you. So even if it is a little bit challenging, there'll be a lot supporting you to move through those challenges. Monkeys, it's going to be Monkeys. The monkeys are happy because we're going to have a prosperous year.
Yes. That's what you said for my Taurus sign too. So
I know you're a Taurus monkey. I mean, you can't go wrong. If you're a Taurus monkey, excellent year for you. So it's going to be a prosperous year with opportunities for wealth and success. However, okay, but there's a little however though. So be careful with love, health, and just make sure everything is stable and secure. And if you're a Taurus, you do that anyway. So you got it covered.
Great.
The Scorpio monkey.
Scorpio monkeys, I don't know what to say. So roosters, this is a great year for relationships and growth. However, it's a good idea to be cautious when you are once again stepping into new endeavors. And then the dog, dog may have a challenging year. You had your year a couple of years ago, and now this year, as you cycle, because basically what it is you're cycling through different stages. So at this stage, may be challenging. So your key, and with dogs, they're pretty good at this, your key is kindness and wisdom. Okay, so, and be cautious with investments. Now, pig, it's a mixed bag for you. There's going to be growth and prosperity, but your relationships might be a little bit challenging. So this concludes our Lunar New Year. And, we're celebrating today because it's the year of the dragon. And, we can really embrace that energy. So I really want to get into dragon energy specifically from a magical viewpoint rather than, just the way it relates to astrology. So if you remember, I had asked on the preparation that you can have something representing a dragon. I asked you to have a candle on the altar because the candle is fire. And regardless if the dragon's wood or metal or water, it doesn't matter. It's still a fire element. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. And I also asked you we're going to do a lot of different things today. Hopefully I can keep track of it. So we're going to transmute. We're going to do some alchemy today. And then we're going to do a little scrying to see what the year holds for us. So I did ask that you have a bowl of water and a glass of water. And hopefully it was sitting somewhere where the new moon can hit it. So it's also lunar water, which we have here. Everybody's got some lunar water. So we have a special guest today who's going to talk to us a little bit about the dragon. And this is Frankie, and he's got a lot of knowledge. I won't say any more than that, but if you want to share with us anything about the dragon, I invite you to come over here and you can speak.
Thank you, Lunar Queene. I was born in the year of the dragon, so this is a very important year for me. I would like to share it with this community. I call upon the dragon because the fire is very sacred. And like she said earlier, she said about transmutation. And all fire needs to be encouraged. But the best encouragement is the forces of love. The forces of love is very divine and very delicate. So you always have to be careful how you utilize this great force. So by encouraging this fire, we call upon it so like that we could breathe in this fire, right? We breathe it in, hold it, and exhale results. Now, some of us have different levels of development, needs for improvement or desires. So we use the fire so we could get ahead of the game. The highest level of achievement is self-realization and mastering the human form at will. So how do we encourage this fire? We encourage it with two very delicate realities, the masculine and the feminine principalities working together. So like a craftsman, the woman represents a chisel of intelligence, and the masculine principality is symbolized as a hammer of willpower. These two instruments lead to a great work. A great work results in the encouragement of a fire. And the dragon's fire is very potent, and it gives us the best result when we use it wisely. However, if we play games with it, then it's like impaling yourself. So it burns you and you will not rise from your ashes. So what I encourage is today and for this whole year is for everyone just visualize this great fire surrounding you all the time. So breathe it in. Breathe in and then caress it with whatever it is that you want. Whatever it is that you want the outcome to be, breathe it in and exhale the result. And that takes practice, and practice makes perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so the monkey's back now. Thank you. We needed some dragon energy. I feel like we did. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just start the spell work. And so this is going to have multiple steps, and actually I'm going to pick up where Frankie left off because we want to do that now with the fire. So what I want you to do is stand in your power, and I want you to, because the thing about dragons is once they drop something, it's done. So whatever you're willing to let go of is what you can let go of now. So what I want you to do is just really bring up anything. It could be something just come to mind or something that you've really been working on over the past few months, maybe your whole life. Whatever it is, it can be something very specific or general, but just bring that energy up to focus. And just feel that energy coming up into the heart. So you can really feel whatever it is that you are ready to release. Because in order to release, you must face it. Accept that it existed and it exists in your life right now. And now you're going to drop it. So I want you to imagine the fire coming up and coming down through your body in an infinity loop. And it is circling through the heart chakra. And you're going to breathe in the fire. So the fire comes in. And then you're going to exhale and release whatever it is. Breathe in the fire and release. And as you do, it drops down into the earth. It's gone. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do this because there may be more than one thing. Bringing in the fire with your inhalations, exhaling and releasing what does not serve, dropping it down. And when you feel complete, you can bring your awareness into the room. And remember, Frankie said this, dragon is with you all year. So anytime you can do this, anytime you can do this. We're doing it right now so that we can do our dragon spell. So I asked you all to have a cup. And so everybody, please take your cup. That includes everybody here. I always have your cup.
Yeah.
Got your cup.
There's a no by now.
Yeah. Well, then you get glasses. These are no. This one is no.
There's extra glasses.
Frankie, this is
Oh,
your.
pretty.
cup.
Very cute.
I don't know. Yeah, there's more cups. Flying dragons. This is a cup? No, it's a bowl.
There's more here.
Where's Kelly?
I'm here.
Where's your little cup? Do you have it? Oh, look at this. Now we have the other red, where are the red cups? Okay, now what we need to do with the, what we need to do is glass cup, pour a little into the red cup. If you need a red cup, yeah. I don't know why I keep thinking those cups are red. It's all this fire. They're clear. Okay. So you all can move around because what you want to do is go close to a window or where you can actually see a window, and you're going to hold your cup to the window. So you're going to connect it to the new moon energy. Go wherever you want as long as you can hear me. If you leave the building, you might have a hard time.
Do I have to see the moon or just the window is good?
Just you can't really see the moon because it's a new moon. It's like a little fingernail if you can see anything. You're just connecting it to the lunar energy of the new moon. Okay, so everybody's in their lunar position.
Yeah.
And you're going to repeat these words using your name, not mine. I am Lorraine.
I am Samaya.
I summon the powers of the fire of the water
I summon the powers of the fire of the waters
to enter my new moon cup.
to enter my new moon cup.
And now you're going to draw the symbol of Aquarius, which is 2 waves. Just 2 little waves. You don't have to do it perfectly.
Okay.
And now I want you to hold the cup up. And I want you to visualize, imagine, or sense the fire enters the cup. And once the fire enters the cup, you're going to say these words. I now partake of the fire and vitality
I now partake in the fire and the vitality
of this liquid.
of this liquid.
And now take a sip. As I drink the fire of the water,
As I drink the fire of the water,
may destiny
may destiny
and balanced power
and balanced power
be mine.
be mine.
Now close your eyes. Go put your cup down. You're going to say your name. I am.
I am Samaya.
On this new moon,
On this new moon,
I set my vision
I set my vision
on the world beyond.
on the world beyond.
I settle my being to rest.
I settle my being to rest.
Now feel your heart resting. Feel your mind resting. Be at peace. You can even put your hand on your heart if you feel like you need to. I find the place of the quiet within.
I find the place of the quiet within.
And I welcome my dragon to join me.
And I welcome my dragon to join me.
Now breathe in and breathe out. Keep breathing in, breathing out. And as you relax and as you breathe, you may sense another presence with you. You may sense or even see a dragon with you. You may notice a certain color or a certain energy or elements. Connect with your dragon in whatever way you are meant to. These are great wisdom keepers. And as you connect with this dragon, feel your dragon heart. Feel the power of the dragon in your heart. And when you are ready, without saying a word, you're going to hold this energy. And when you open your eyes, the dragon will be with you so that you may see things with the eyes of a dragon. So when you are ready, you're going to go to your bowl of water and you're going to look with the eyes of the dragon into the water. We have water on the altar. And notice whatever it is that you see or sense from the water. If you need to move closer here, you can. Receive your message. And as you look into the water, breathe the breath of the dragon. Feel your power growing. And this power will be with you throughout the year. So will your dragon and beyond. You can continue working with this energy, but in this room, we are going to complete our spell. And please remember to give gratitude to your dragon. Gratitude is a big key this year. Gratitude is the only way we will flow. So be sure when this is complete, you give thanks to the dragon. And fully embody your power, remembering that whatever you dropped, it's not to come back. Tonight, you can take that ball of water and work with it as long as you wish. Continue working with it. And I encourage you to either drink all of your dragon water tonight or put it into a cobalt or a yellow, but a tinted bottle so that the essence is not at all disturbed, at least for a while. After a while, it kind of fades away. But you've got dragon water now. So our spell is complete. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
All right, guys, thanks for coming. I'm gonna close out the stream. We'll see you at the next one.